Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and whenever you have the opportunity to join me. I'm Dr. Jan. You are joining me at Russell Institute of Learning, Sidebar Education. This episode is coming to you because of almost 24 hours of thought. I had a friend who was asking me and said, do you know what SWOT means? I said, oh yes, that's from my business background, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. I didn't think anything. We had a conversation. And then today when my husband and I got to walk, I mentioned that to him and he said, and what's that? And so I was able to share with him again, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. And I said, that is an excellent topic that I can bring to Russell Institute of Learning. Because you need to realize my background comes from child and family counseling and psychology, which also was looking at small community rural networking. That was my undergraduate way back in the day, we won't say, but it's still with me. And I think how wonderful, because that's what I believe. It's the small communities that are going to make the change for the future. I then have a business background, looked at doing the business industrial counseling and that arena and training in the business world. I have technology background and then my leadership and change. So as they all meld together, that is Russell Institute of Learning, has all of those aspects. And so what came to my mind yesterday, I watched a press conference about our district going back and making some students went back face to face today. There will be some who are going hybrid and there will some who stay virtual. And this is happening around the world. So it's not about us only. And in doing so, I started to think today we had a meeting ourselves as our local little school that, and the day before the administrators had theirs. So it's coming from the top down filtering of what we're needing to do. Well, as I got to thinking about the SWOT, my question is, and I'm not condemning anyone because you know what? They do what they got to do. But does there come a place and time that the local school, even if you're in a school district with 15 different schools, does the school have the opportunity to look at what are our strengths? Is it our class size? Is it our school location? Is it the education of our teachers? What is it that are our strengths in educating? Remember, in educating and meeting the students where they are. What are our weaknesses? Do you realize in some schools, the class size, teacher education, and location could be a weakness? So if we're all in the same district and all in the same, same teaching, we have these goals. Ours is safety first, education always. That is our overall big district motto. And we came up with some others of our small school about resiliency because we've been dealing with trying to teach our students since Hurricane Dorian, September 1st, 2019. So there's some resiliency, but every school is different. So do we wind up having this goal, what the administrators way up at the top are asking us to do, but do we give those who are on the ground at the local level the opportunity to look at their own SWOT? What is our opportunity? Oh, look, you know what? We have these many parents who happen to be either working, not working, whatever it may be. This is our opportunity for help, opportunity for whatever we may look, but in another school, it could be the threat. What are the threats do we have? Is it weather? Is it money? Is it other encroaching activities? But so often, I think the local small school knows what those are, but when they're presented to the next level up, they'll say, well, we'll look at it and we'll pass it on. And by the time it gets to the top, the little school who knows exactly where they are, what they need, who their children are, who their parents are, what their resources are. Well, you can't do that. That doesn't fit our criteria of what we want to roll out. Well, our rollout should be for the child. What is the best education meeting them where they are today? and getting them to where you want them to be. But the freedom and the flexibility, and that's my concern. We have a top-down education system in most of the world. So I'm not talking about my own. Hey, you know what? I love my job. I love my kids. I love my coworkers. However, I believe there's a better way we can do this. And the teachers who are trained professionals, they spend lots of time, energy, and resources becoming professionals. And the professionals should have the opportunity to design and develop. No, this is the standard. This is where we're going. And can you please give us as many resources from top down that we need? Hey, curriculum, guidelines, pacing guides, other resources. Great. Now, let us take what you have provided for us, give us this goal, and allow us to design in our community, in our however many students come to this school, what is the best learning opportunity for them to get them here, and know that, yes, they need to be there by whether it's 5th grade, 8th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, but is it possible not to keep pressing and pushing children to have to be in the box that they have to meet it by? Hey, you got 6 months, 8 months, whatever it is, and they need to be ready to move on. 6, 8, because people and children are starting to be left behind. They need us to go at their pace, because I'm a firm believer that if we work really hard in establishing the foundation and the basis, grades 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, then builds upon that, and let's get it real solid. By the time they're 6th grade, then you know what? If they can fly. But sometimes we are starting to push so fast, they're flying, that by 6th grade, they're confused, they're lost, they don't have a clue. What are you talking about? But I have to give a woo to my class today. We had a great day. We were looking at reducing fractions. And 3 weeks ago, when I introduced that idea, the concept, it was like deer in the headlight. And so again, my method had to come around and bring it back. And I was just so cheery to them, because it's a number pattern. They know this, but they have to start looking. And they had to start doing, and they were given the right answers. They were going for it. And so I'm really excited that learning, it took 3 weeks. But you know what? On some curriculum guides, you only have a week to do this. And you got to move on to the next topic. But my kids know that. And I am so glad, because then once they see this, this opens a door to at least 3 other topics within math. But you got to get this first. So if we can slow down and allow the local district and then the local teachers, however we work this out, that they're going to make sure the students have the education. But we have to give the responsibility and a lot more authority to the teachers who are on the front line and touching the hearts of the kids. And the administrators, keep administrating. But remember, in my research, there's the administrative progressive and there's pedagogical. I'm on pedagogical. Let's teach to the kids where they are and how they can get it. Don't keep always making mandates and trying to force them into fit here because this is what we said. Yeah, we need to go there. But you can't mandate a child learning. You can mandate where you want them to go, but we have to move them. So that's my 2 cents. So again, thank you for joining me, Dr. Jan, Russell Institute of Learning, Sidebar Education. Like, follow, share, and I'll see you tomorrow.